Hello, I'm Holly.
So this week's name of God is Jehovah Nissi. Sounds a bit like a biscuit to me, but I don't think it is. So why don't we go back to the Bible and find out where it all began? At Rephidim, the Amalekites came and fought the Israelites. So Moses said to Joshua, "Choose some men and go and fight them, and tomorrow I will stand at the top of that hill and hold the staff that God gave me." So Joshua went and obeyed Moses, and Moses climbed the hill with Aaron and Hur. And as long as Moses held up his staff, then the Israelites would win. The battle was great, but as soon as Moses got tired and his arms went down, the Amalekites won. Moses got really tired, so Aaron and Hur had a fantastic idea to go and find a rock. They heaved it up the hill and Moses sat on it, and then they held Moses' arms up so that they could win the fight. They did this until the sun went down. Hooray! The Israelites had won the battle. God told Moses to write it all down, and then Moses told Joshua. Moses got busy building an altar and decided to call it "The Lord is my banner."
What a story. Can you imagine being Moses and watching the battle, all the while having to keep your arms up so that your army will win, and whenever they fall down, the army will start to lose? How long can you keep your arms up for? Why don't you give it a go now? How long do you reckon you could do that for before they started to droop? 10 minutes? An hour? Do you think you could do it for an entire battle? I bet you couldn't do it for that long. And Moses couldn't either. He needed help, and so God sent some special people along to help him. So this was way back in the day, but what about now, in 2021? What can we learn from this story? I think we need my friend Professor Bibble to help.
I'll just connect this here and this here. Excellent! Oh, hello everybody! It's me, Professor Bibble. Have you missed me? I've certainly missed you. Anyway, here we are in my high-tech lab where I do high-tech things. And today, Holly has a great question for me, which is, who are the people that help us? Well, you've come to the right person, Holly. I know people who can help us. Just a minute while I get my high-tech remote control. Here it is. It's excellent. Let's do the first one. Yes! People who take out our rubbish. Aren't they excellent? They just drive off and take it away. Next one. Doctors and nurses. They are extremely helpful at the moment. Thank you, everybody. And what about the fire brigade? They are excellent helpers. What about lollipop people? Don't you just love a lollipop? What about paramedics? They come with their first aid because they're first ones there. Fantastic. What about the police, Holly? They are extremely helpful. And the next one. Our teachers. Yes, our teachers are very helpful at the minute because they do teaching. Excellent. And somebody else, Holly. Have you forgotten? It's me. I can help you. Yes, indeed. And I'm going to tell you somebody else who can help us, who is in the Bible. Yes. Would you like to know who it is, Holly? Just a moment. It is God. God can help us, and he gives us his Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is extremely, oh my word, he's so extremely helpful. Anyway, I've got to go. My high-tech lab is falling apart. Goodbye.
There are so many people that help us, and so we're going to do a craft to help us to remember that God is our banner and he will always send us helpers. Why don't you take a minute to pray for the people in your life that help you whilst you're making this craft?
So, would you like to get crafty again this week and make for yourself a Helping Hands banner? Here it is. It says, God is our banner. So if you'd like to make one of these to remind you of the story and of how God is our banner, you will need some glue, some sellotape, some scissors, a nice piece of string, quite long, and some pens and a selection of papers. You can have coloured or white, whatever you fancy, you choose. Okay, and to start off with, you get your piece of paper and you ask everyone in your family if you can draw around their hands. So here we go, we draw around this one. Now you could do 12 hands, which I've used, or you could just do God is my banner. 4 hands for just the words. And then when you've drawn around your hand, get your scissors and carefully cut it out. Now be careful when you're operating the scissors, because scissors are sharp and very fiddly. Okay, so get rid of that. Once you've cut out your hand, you can stick it onto your long piece of string at the beginning, like this. And when you've stuck it on, you can write your first letter, which is a big capital G for God, or I used white paper on mine to help my letters stand out a bit. So there we go, there's the start of it there, and you just keep going until you get to the end. And it's a great way of remembering this week's name of God, which was Jehovah Nissi, God my banner. So have fun making that this week, and we'll see you next week for our next episode with our next name of God. Have a great week. See ya. Bye.
Bye.